What is up, everybody? It's your boy Bruce Wulfe back with you again with a trailer for you guys to watch. Got some more talking to do, so I'll be right back with you as soon as the trailer's done. Enjoy.
First, they took your family and your riches. Then they took your health and your pride. Finally, they left you to die. What will you do, exile, when there is nothing left but to live or die? Now that you've chosen, what will you become?
Alrighty, guys, so that was the cinematic trailer for a game called Conan Exiles. Now, for me, today is Friday, which some of the YouTubers, the bigger guys, are going to be getting codes today, so we should have some gameplay and whatnot videos coming out soon. I'm not sure if I'm going to get my key today, but if I do, it'll be in the evening, and I'll have stuff out as soon as I can for you. Worst case scenario, should have some on Monday. But I wanted to put something out just to cover some of the questions I've heard a lot of, because I've been getting a lot of the similar questions with pretty much everybody I've talked to. So the general premise of this game is it's based in the world of Conan, like the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie back in the day, right? But it's actually on the entire book series wrote way long time ago that's turned into comics. It's a world that's been around for a long time. It's got a lot of lore. It's got a really cool, long-lasting premise to it, and just a cool idea behind the whole thing. It's way back in the day, basically a whole bunch of barbarians and stuff like that with melee weapons, bows, basic stuff like that. It's pretty solid. That's all I got on that one. So the combat in this game, as you can see in the video right there a little bit, it's kind of combat or combo oriented, that you do have like combo swings that you automatically go into. Yes, you can dual wield. There's like throwing axes that you can put in your left hand. There is daggers that you can use in your left hand. There's also shields, torches, stuff like that that you can use while you have a main weapon in your right hand. Also can have, like spears and stuff like that, and big hammers, big axes, two-handed stuff. So a lot of variety with combat styles. So there's a lot of things that you can do that kind of fit what you're wanting to do, which is really cool on that. Now, there's also something in this game, because there's a couple different religions that go off the original Conan world's religions. And so you get stuff like, avatars that you can summon with them, which they'll be coming up in the video in just a second. But so like a giant snake, this giant colossus metal statue that can walk around, or this big flying octopus looking thing. For some examples, they're planning to put more in, but for right now, that's pretty much what they got. Now, to summon these, you need really hard to get third tier altar. You need a lot of favor. There's the flying octopus thing. You need a lot of favor with the gods, which you get by doing stuff like bringing the hearts of your enemies back and sacrificing on your altar. You need an actual priest, slave, or thrall, which we'll be into thralls here in a second. But a whole bunch going into it. And basically, these gigantic things wreck pretty much everything in their path. So PvP, or even PvE in some cases, you'll be able to summon these guys, and then you basically, while you're summoning them, you actually control the avatar. It's a giant snake right there. You actually control this big guy. Are you kidding me? That's awesome. And you can steer them around, and they basically wreck everything in their path. So, enemy bases, big cities, stuff like that with the NPC, or there's a Colossus in the background there. Keep interrupting myself. I'm good at that. But so you can get these big ass things that just go around and wreck everything. But there's a drawback to it. See, while you're controlling one of those, you're pretty much helpless. You can't do nothing. All right. So, and there's a giant beam of light that goes down from the heavens that shows exactly where you are to everybody on the map. So basically, to kill the avatar, they track down you, the summoner, and wreck your face while you're busy controlling this thing, and the avatar will instantly disappear as soon as that's happened. And in either way, after you've done this, you're going to have to rebuild your third tier altar. You're going to have to get another priest thrall, all this stuff. So it's not something that you can do all the time to give it a little bit of balance for it. But definitely a cool feature, and I'm probably going to end up summoning one for a video just to steer it around, PvE or whatever, just to check it out, probably wreck something just because it'll be fun. But on that, all right, in building, so early access, which starts January 31st, I believe it actually, for Pacific time, it'll be January 30th, which is Monday, at 9 p.m. It should be up for grabs for people to start buying and getting into. Now, there will be a single player mode. There will be personal private servers that you can have. There's official servers, both PvP, PvE. They're also planning on doing an accelerated one that gets wiped every 30 days, but all the rates are jacked up and all that stuff. And those are all in the official ones. And, of course, on a private server, you can do whatever you want with it. Now, on the server admin stuff, instead of like Arc, for example, where you have to go out, you have to shut the server down, you have to go out, you have to edit the INI files and then restart the server to bring them back, or know a whole bunch of console commands by memory or copy and paste it to be able to do any of that admin-y type stuff, and you have codes for it. The way this is set up, you get like this whole overlay type thing. It's like pulling up a tablet where you can pick which items you want, checkbox them. How many of those do you want to summon in? You write in there, you press enter, and you just summon in all of those. You want to summon in NPCs, you want to summon in monsters, whatever. You can all do it from there. Building materials, set your experience, go ghost mode, go god mode, go invisible mode. All of those usual admin-ish type things, you can all do just with a click of a button while you are in game. You can turn off the sandstorm, which we're getting to the sandstorm. That's my jam right there. But you can do all of this stuff in-game with a click of the button and maybe typing the number of what you want in. It's that easy. Way simplified. I love it. It's going to be awesome. I got a buddy, Mousy Mars, who owns a Logic server. He's been in this game for a while now, setting up servers for it. So there's going to be definitely easy to get into servers if you want, just like for your community or for you and a couple buddies or whatever. Or if you want to actually host one for a full 70 people, which by the way is currently the plan for server size, is up to 70 people on the officials anyway. The people renting servers will probably go up to 100 or whatever, but that's the plan. Let's see. So building tiers. So there's the first tier, pretty easy to get into. You can build a starter house in like half an hour type easiness. Now that, it'll do. It'll protect you from a lot of things, but it's kind of like wood in Ark, where it's good enough, kinda, but it can still be damaged by weapons. It can still be damaged by other things. It can be broken fairly easy by just stuff. There's a second tier, which think of it as stone in Ark. If you guys have played Ark, I know I'm referencing another game, but just using examples. So the second tier, it can be damaged by weapons still, but not by much. Has a lot more HP on each individual part. There's also, various things like that. And then there's a third tier, which is extremely hard to build, apparently. It's called a tribe tier. So it's something that you need a group of people to do because it just takes that much stuff to do it. And that's going to be, you can't hit it, you can't harm it with normal weapons. Like, you got to use explosives if you want to break down this wall on your own. So it's really cool, too, looking. Anyway, and the way the building works in this one, way better than Ark. You can actually lift and set what elevation you want the foundation, so you don't have to. If you're on a hill going down, you don't have nearly as many problems. You can rotate it with a click of a button. You can use your scroll wheel to change its stuff, its angle that you're at, all that. And instead of like, this is a foundation, I can go two to each side of this. That's how much space I can build off this foundation. No, this one they got a support game. So basically you're looking for support. So you have a foundation, it'll support this many pieces. What's cool about that is, say you're building up the side of a cliff, right? And you're just trying to build a little walkway that goes all the way to the top of this cliff so you can get up there and build up on top of this little mountain plateau thing. Well, instead of just having to pillar down all the way to the bottom for every freaking layer, you can actually build your foundations into the wall. You can build them into the wall and then build off of the foundations that are on the wall and have enough support to do that. Of course, you can also do pillars, but you have the option to build into the environment and use the environment as support for it. That's freaking awesome. I don't care who you are, that's awesome. It's easy. Funcom actually put out a whole video on it. I'll have the link in the description for this, so you guys can go check out all of Funcom's videos. They've also got like 5 different live streams already that they've done. They ain't the best at live streaming, but they definitely cover the game pretty well and answer a lot of these questions before. I've got a lot of info from. Let's see. So that's building, server stuff, combat, general premise. Let's see. We got Thralls. Yes, I have a list I'm reading because I'm a scatterbrain. I need to write this down. All right, so similar to Ark, where you tame dinosaurs or any of those stuff, where you tame NPCs, you can do it in this game as well. What in this game though? For now, all you can tame are Thralls, which are the other humans, the other exiles. They're trying to kill your ass. And basically, the way you do it is, and you can turn pretty much any NPC that isn't story based. So if they're not a story something, you can knock them out with this little cudgel. You bink them in the head, knock them the fuck out. Then you tie a rope around their legs. You drag them back to your base. You put them on what's called the Circle of Pain, which is basically a tool where they're just pushing this log in a circle endlessly until their will breaks. And once their will breaks, they turn into your slave or thrall. Straight out of the Conan universe. That is legit. It's in the movies. It's in the books. It's exactly what it is. It's awesome. You can get combat thralls, guys with bow and arrows to protect your base, guys with swords and axes and hammers to protect your base. You can also get crafting thralls. Now this is where it gets cool. So there's all kinds of different crafting styles and stuff, like Stygian is a big one. So to craft, and even if your character is a Stygian genetics, you ain't no blacksmith. You didn't learn any of this stuff. So you knock out this Stygian craftsman or blacksmith. Let's use blacksmith. Take him back, you set up a Stygian forge. You put this blacksmith at this Stygian forge, and he will craft Stygian stuff for you, as you tell him to. He will make the weapons. He will make the materials for the upper end building. He will make the armor for you. Stuff like that. All of that. Really awesome. So instead of you farming all this stuff, you can actually get these guys. You give them the materials, and they take the time. They spend the time to turn your materials into whatever you need at that time, whether it be you're wanting to craft something real high end, so you just need this base materials, they can make it for you. Easy peasy. Super easy. There's also corruption in this game that you get. Basically, you go down to like a cave, or just generally over time, you're steadily going insane. You're going nuts around this place, which makes sense. You're stuck in the frickin' desert, you know? All kinds of creepy crap going on. You can actually tame dancer thralls and entertainers, music players, stuff like that, right? And then to get rid of the corruption, you sit there, you chill, you'll watch the dancers, you'll listen to the music, you have a beer, whatever. You relax, your corruption goes away, you're good to go again. Awesome idea. It is really cool. I'm really loving it. The story on this, you have this little bracelet around your wrist that lets you read these ancient civilizations tablets that you're discovering as you go in this. It also lets you see past events like ghosts walking around. So kind of like the ecosystem in Division. If you go to these tablets, you can see what exiles before you that have been there have done. It's sick. It's really cool how they did all this stuff. They also worked really hard to reward you for actual exploration. So if you see something cool in the horizon, like this broken ass bridge, and you want to go see what's up with this bridge. There's a random bridge in nowhere. Like we're in the middle of a desert and there's a bridge standing here. You figure out how to get up there. You go up there. There might be one of these tablets that gives you a little bit more of the history of where the hell you're at. There might be just a chest that gives you cool loots. Hey, I like cool loots. Do you like cool loots? Everybody likes cool loots. Go with it. It's really cool. A lot of city building type. You design your stuff. The way it's set up with these avatars being a thing, instead of like Ark where you build this one building, like everybody does the same thing, one building, and puts all their stuff in here and defends the hell out of it. Well, that wouldn't exactly work when there's an avatar that can walk up and crush your building in 2 steps. So it encourages you to spread out your building. So you actually build like little towns and so forth instead of just one gigantic box with all of your crap in it. Being able to build on a freaking plateau off the ground where someone wants to attack you, well, hey, you're the one that built it. You know, if you blow up that foundation right now, then half this bridge thing will fall. You could drop half of them on the ground, fall damage, kill most of their raiding party. You win. I mean, that part's hypothetical because I haven't played the game yet, but the potential to this is massive. This is an early access that they're releasing, but they have so many plans. They're going to add magic to it later. Mounts. Not flying mounts. Don't worry about that. You ain't got to build this cool wall and expect somebody to just fly over and land inside. That's stupid. But they're adding sorcery. They're adding in more gods, which means more avatars, more god powers. Because, yes, if you watch the movies, you will be able to turn a snake into an arrow. Stuff like that is stuff you can do in this game, and I'm loving it. Expect a lot of content from me on this game. I'm going to be playing the hell out of it, and I hope you guys all truly are looking forward to this game as much as me. Check out my channel upcoming. Make sure to subscribe because I'm going to have a lot of stuff on this. I also got some buddies that are going to be doing a lot of stuff on this game as well, so I got collabs coming up. I've got possibly a community server type thing. At the very least, Sai's going to be with me for a lot of it. We're going to have our own server, but we got plans. We'll see how it turns out, but there's definite plans. Expect a lot of content from me. Expect a lot of collabs from me on a lot of different people. Like, it's a thing that's happening, peeps. It's a thing that is happening. So subscribe. Make sure you square up with this like button like it's your favorite hater. Keep up with all the new stuff. Tell me what kind of videos you want to see me do on this. Do you want to see me, I usually do the tutorial stuff, so I'm going to show you how to do. Is there anything at the beginning that you'd like me to explore in this? You want me to run out in the frickin' sandstorm? I plan to do that anyway because, I'm about to do something dumb. So, sandstorm's a cool thing. I'm actually going to leave that, and you guys can watch it. It is amazing looking. It is nothing like a Ark Scorched Earth type sandstorm. It's awesome. You can actually do stuff. There's super badass mobs in there. Anyway, keep tuned, guys. There's a lot coming up, and I will see all of you guys next time. Later.
Now that you've chosen, what will you become?